Hello, gorgeous. So welcome. In this video today, I'm going to be sharing with you how you can heal your survival mode and finally step into your feminine energy and experience a life of ease, flow, and of course, manifesting in the most effortless and amazing way ever. Now, I always say effortless because yes, when you actually get in your feminine energy, most of the things that you are desiring becomes really, really effortless. Like all that you desire, just God just made it available to you in the most easy way, in the way that without the hard work that you think has to come with things, right? So how do you get out of survival mode now? So first of all, what is survival mode? Survival mode is the state of fight or flight, right? It's literally the state our body gets into when it thinks that it's in danger. So imagine your body or imagine you being in danger, right? Your body, that experience, that feeling that you get when your body literally either shut down or your body just want to fight to avoid the danger, or your body just literally just runs away from the danger. That is fight or flight mode. That's survival mode. So it is called survival mode because it is when you are in that state, the primary job of your brain is to stay alive. The only thing that your brain wants is to stay alive and to survive. So it is more about how can we stay alive now more than how can we build. So when you are in survival mode, you can't really build. You can't build. And when I talk about building, I mean long term, you can't build something firm, something big, something grounding. You can only go like, how can I survive the next morning, the next month, the next day? So it's literally being in this energy of you're never really in this overflow. You're never really in this phase of I have everything that I want, and now I'm just building something from this place, relaxed place, and this easy place. Because in that mood, all that your brain is focused on and all that your energy is on is how can we stay alive, right? And you do this subconsciously, you don't do this consciously. So you want to understand that each time you are in survival mode, it's because you lack safety to your sub. Now, this doesn't mean physical safety. This doesn't mean you don't have a house, you don't have shelter and all of that. We do all have that. But we get in survival mode because somehow and in some way, our brain doesn't feel safe. Our subconscious mind is not safe. It feels as though it is danger. So in anything and anything that makes you feel as though you're in danger, anything that triggers that sense of lack of safety, it puts you in survival mode. Because in that moment, your brain is trying to stay alive and it's like, okay, how can we stay alive? And what do we need to do to stay alive or to avoid this danger? So each time you feel like you're not safe, you are going to automatically, as a woman, get in that survival mode. Now, the danger of being in this survival mode is that when you are in survival mode, I want you to understand what happens to your body and how the dangers of that is. When you are in survival mode, what you want to understand is that all the energy that your body stores, right? All the food that you eat, all the energy that your body stores, and all the fat in your body, everything is focused on creating and secreting cortisol. So cortisol is the stress hormone. This is the hormone that we experience that when we are in fight or flight mode. So it is the hormone that actually gives us physical energy to actually do tasks and actually go, right? Be in that go energy. So when you're in survival mode, your brain's primary job is not it's not how can we secrete estrogen or progesterone, which is the hormone that you need, maybe for example, for your cycle and to have like balance in your hormones. Your brain's primary job is how can we secrete cortisol so that you can fight the animals that come at you or whatever danger that comes at you and stay alive. Now, why is it so? It is so because if we look at our ancestors, and the early men, they lived in a very unsafe environment. They lived with the animals, the lions, and all of that. So all the times they needed to literally be on cortisol and in this high stress mode to stay alive because they didn't know when the next animal was going to come eat them, eat their children, or whatsoever, right? So as a result, this state was actually passed down from generation to generation to us today using what we call epigenetics. So epigenetics is the science that shows that your environment and your experiences actually changes your genes and your DNA, and it can be transferred from one generation to another. So this literally means that if you are in high stress mode, for example, because they were in high stress mode, they actually registered some things as danger, and that has been passed down from one generation to ours and to you and I, because maybe our pre-ancestors didn't do their inner work, they didn't do their healing, they didn't do their generational trauma healing, or all of those things, right? And this is what we call now generational curses or generational patterns. So when you see like one family having like one pattern from one generation to the other, it's not because most of the time it's actually a spiritual curse or whatever. It's actually trauma that has been passed from gene to gene. Because when trauma happens, it imprints itself on our gene, it engrams itself, we call the engrams, on our DNA and changes the DNA expression, right? Which literally changes our gene. So that is what happens. So when you are not safe, you are going to get in survival mode. And here's what the thing, you are going to feel like you're not safe when your brain sees that you are in perceived danger or you are in actual danger. So perceived danger is when your brain thinks that you're going to get in danger, and it makes up stories about something just to put you in that fear and in that fight mode so that you can prevent the probability of that thing happening. So this is what we call perceived danger. It's not actually something that has happened. It's not actually something that may happen, but your brain actually thinks is danger, and your brain doesn't know the difference between reality, truth, and fact, what is happening, and assumption. So anything that you assume, your brain is going to believe it because it doesn't know the difference between, hey, this is something that you're just creating and you're making up, plus this is actually the actual physical thing. Whatsoever story you tell your brain just believes it, right? So for example, if you are in survival mode and you're trying to maybe stay alive and you're just stressed about what might happen, the thing is that your brain doesn't even know that is, to your brain, that is something that is happening. So your brain is going to respond as though that thing is happening now. So you want to also understand that the primary job of your brain is to keep you safe, right? Is to keep you alive. That is why you don't jump up a 5-story and jump down, right? Like you're afraid, like it's like it's warning you, like that's danger. So you hold back. So your brain doesn't even know what is the difference between the real danger and the true danger, and its primary job is to keep you safe. So it's always going to do everything in its power to stop you from doing anything it thinks is danger, and it's always going to do everything within its power to put you in a place where if danger comes, you are actually going to be able to fight and survive, right? So you are in that survival mode when you have literally lived in this energy of thinking that you are not safe, like for a long time, right? Now, this could be all your life for some people, where maybe they grew up in household where they still felt like they were not safe, or they needed to put up like this another identity in order to be protected, in order to be provided for, in order to belong, in order to stay alive, like they had to. So when you are so high on that cortisol, on that stress level, when you go on it for a long time, right, for an extended period of time, the thing that start happening is that because your body should be secreting hormones, your body should be secreting things to actually regenerate your skin, regenerate your cells, for your immune system to get stronger. When you're so into survival mode and you live on survival mode for a long time, your body is so focused creating and secreting the hormone called cortisol, which is the stress hormone. And the goal of this hormone is literally to keep you active. So cortisol is the stress hormone that gives you energy to think, energy to do, right? Or the cortisol, I can say, is actually the hormone that puts you in that survival mode. And for a woman, when you're in survival mode, when you don't feel safe, you are in your masculine, you're in your wounded masculine energy. So this is a wounded masculine energy because you are in your head. You're so much only in your head, and you're not in your body, you're not in your womb, you're not in the moment, you're just in your head, in the energy of let me do, or let me think things, figure out structure, analyze strategy, whatever, right? And when you are in that energy, your body is not functioning normally as a woman, because you want to understand that during the month, right, your body changes so much, and your body needs to secrete different kind of hormones at different time to actually do different things so that you are healthy. So what happens for most women is that because you're so in this survival mode, right, you're in this mode, I need to do my job, you're always on at your job, for example, just your job can put you in survival mode where you're always thinking. Your body, to your body, you're in that high stress mode, you are in danger. So all the time, your body is secreting cortisol in order to keep you alive and keep your brain activity alive, and in order to make sure that you have the energy in your muscles to run if it's danger, because that's what your brain thinks. Your brain doesn't think, oh, she's just at work, she just has, some paperwork. Your brain doesn't, your brain thinks danger, right? So when that happens, your brain, you get in that mood of, oh, I need to stay alive and all of that. All of your energy, all of the food that you eat, all that you nourishing your body with, your brain converts that into cortisol instead of actually converting that into the good, healthy hormones and replenishing your genes and replenishing your cells, your dead cells, and all of that. So as a result, your body cannot regenerate. Your body cannot like just blossom. Your immune system cannot even fight against the things that it thinks is danger in your body. Your body cannot function normally, and your body cannot actually grow stronger, better, and all of that, right? And because you're in this stress and this high cortisol level, you can't create well. You can't create, because you understand that the way that the woman is designed to create is not the masculine way. It is the masculine way to think, structure, and all of that. And when you're so much in this energy, like I just said, your hormones, such as, for let's just say estrogen and progesterone, that changes throughout the month, they don't actually have energy. They're not even being produced. So at the end of the day, your immune system and your cycle gets so mixed. And because you're on this high stress level, the hormone that has to be secreted in your gut, right, which is your second brain, to digest food properly so that you get all the nutrients, they are no longer being secreted. So what happens? You get indigestion, you're not being fed, and all the things, right? So there's a lot of consequence to that. And the third thing is that because cortisol is secreted, your vagal nerve, which is the nerve that connects your brain and your gut, which is your second brain, it is shut down. So when the vagal nerve is shut down, there are parts of it that is shut down. What happens is that there's no flow connection between your gut and your brain. And when there's no gut-brain connection, you can't create. So you can't create. When I say create, you can't create from your womb space, because as a woman, you're not designed to create from your head. You're not designed to create from survival. You're designed to birth. You're designed to create from a grounded place, from a calm place, and from a place that is so potent and deeply from your soul and from your heart, right? So what are some of the signs that you are in that survival mood? The first thing is that you're overthinking. You're thinking, you're structuring, you're planning, you're just in your head. And the head energy is the masculine energy. And when you're overly in this masculine energy for a woman, before you know it, you start burning out. You start burning out because your body is not even designed to function like that. The man can go on that for like his lifetime. That's the truth, because he doesn't have these hormones that changes within the month, right? Like progesterone, cortisol. He just on progesterone all along. And he has one hormone, but you need to secrete like 4 or 5 different kind of hormones in your life in order to be balanced and to be clear and to create from this potent and grounded place. So that's the first thing. You're overthinking. You're just in your head, strategizing, thinking. That's the thing. And then the second thing that always comes with that is confusion. You get to a place like, what do? I don't know this. I don't know. You lack clarity. You lack clarity about who you are, what you should do, where you should go, and all of that, right? And before you know, you're asking advice from people from the outside. What do people think? What do other things? There's no connection with your intuition, because your intuition is not in your head. It is in your womb, right? This is the way you are designed to create. So when you are in that survival mode, you are overly in your masculine energy. You're overly, we are not saying that you shouldn't be in your masculine energy. You need masculine energy to actually survive in this life, right? To do things and all of that. But you can't be overly in your masculine energy. You're going to burn out. You're not going to be able to create with ease, and things is going to come with just a lot of hard work, which is not necessary. The next thing is that you're like you have trouble relaxing. You just can't relax. You just want to move to the next task. If, for example, we're like, okay, just sit there and just don't think, just relax. You're gonna have trouble with that because your brain just want to do. And this is because you have so much energy. Cortisol is in your body. And because cortisol is in your body, you have so much energy to do. So you just want to go out there and do, right? So that's the next thing. Now, the next thing, if you want to know if you are in survival mode or identify any woman who is in a survival mode or in a masculine energy, is that she's walking fast and talking fast. So walking fast literally means that now you want to understand again that when you are in that survival mode, energy is stored because in your muscles, that is cortisol is there, and energy is stored only in your muscles because your body wants to prepare in case there's danger, it's going to run. You want to have enough energy to run. So you will have so much energy to be active, to do things that you can go. You can work 24 hours. You don't feel tired. You can you just have so much energy, and you are walking the way you see these women walking the streets, like it's so fast, right? And another way could be really be in your speech. You're talking more than you're listening. So when a woman is in her masculine energy or in this survival mode, you will notice that she talks so much. She's like, woo, like, and she just can't calm. That was a big thing for me because before I used to really dwell in survival mode, and you just can't slow down. You just can't come and listen. You just can't have a conversation. You just want to be the one talking all the time, and you never really want to just listen. So the next thing is that you're always trying to be in control, right? You want to control the outcome. You want to control what other people are doing. You want to you just want to be control. So that is a sign that you're in survival mode. And the next thing is that you might start having like physical health issues like indigestion, your body not working normally, your cycle is interrupted. So remember, I talked of indigestion, and that is because your part of your body that the hormones that are responsible for um, digestion are not being secreted. They are not reaching they're secreted in your brain because the vagal nerve is blocked by all of this stress, right? So, and you might start seeing like your cycle is inconsistent. And for me, that was a big one, inconsistent cycle and low energy. So one thing that will happen is that you will be on survival mode for a while until it burns you out, because this energy is not healthy for a woman. It can only fuel you until it doesn't fuel you anymore, right? So when you are so high on that survival mode, you get to a point where it feels like, oh, I've hit the wall. Like I just can't take it anymore. I'm tired. I need to rest and all of that. So, and this is where most women actually realize that, oh, I need to just rest. And they are no longer motivated at their work. They are no longer creating. They just want to rest forever. But that is not the solution. And most, you don't even know that you were operating in that masculine energy and in that survival mode, because literally you've operated in it for a long time. That is part of parcel of your life, and you didn't know that you were malfunctioning. So that is those are the signs, and I've explained so much already about that. So I believe you understand at this stage what being in survival mode really is. Now, how do you heal that survival mode? How do you actually heal your nervous system? Now, the very first thing you want to understand is that the way you actually heal survival mode is by calming and healing your nervous system. So your nervous system will mean learning to slow down your brain and learning to open back your vagal nerve and learning to actually just relax and be in your feminine energy. Now, I'm saying that and I'm like slow because you can't actually be in your feminine energy if you are not out of survival mode. If you are trying to stay alive, you don't have time to be saying feminine energy. If you're trying to stay alive, you will not be able to flourish, right? And be in your feminine energy, because the feminine energy is about flow. It's about surrender. It's about ease. It's about being present in the body. It's about Unconditional love, it's about open heart and open womb. It's about power. It's about groundedness. It's about peace. It's about pleasure. It's about fun. It's about seduction. It's about alchemy. It's about transformation. Now, that is what feminine energy is. But if you are feel like you are in danger, if you feel like there's something chasing you, you're not protected, you're not provided for, you're not safe, you are gonna get in that. You can't actually get in your feminine energy. So before I share with you how to heal the survival mode, I just want to share an experience. So most of you know I left Cameroon and I just moved to Dubai. And I've been here before to visit, but not to stay. So when I really got here, I noticed that my body literally went into survival mode. Now, I have done a lot of inner work to actually heal out of, because this used to be like my living place. I was a woman in her masculine energy, like just doing all the things and being all the things. That literally used to be where I used to live. But with so much inner work and transformation, I actually heal that. That survival mode, and now start creating in my feminine energy, which feel ease, and my life is just so peaceful, so blissful, and I get to attract everything that I desire without literally trying, or like most of the things just come to me. I attract opportunities. I create people. Like my life is just easy. Honestly, my life is just peaceful, easy, and the most fun that it has ever been. So when I got here, um, I got into survival mode, and I got into survival mode because I was out of what was normal to me, what I was used to. I live in Cameroon, and this is a third world country, and this is Dubai. Now, coming here on vacation is totally different than living here. When you are living here, it's like it dawns on me like, hey, this is now like your new reality. And for my brain literally went into fight or flight mode. It actually freaked out because it thought it was danger, because this is not what I'm used to. All my life I've lived in Cameroon. This is not what we are used to. This is not my usual. This is not my normal. And because this is not my usual and this is not my normal, it doesn't feel safe. So your brain always thinks that anything that it doesn't have evidence it's going to work or it has never done is danger, right? Like I earlier said. So my brain perceived it as danger. I was like, but I've been here before. And then I noticed that it's different, because coming on visit and knowing that you're going back to your comfort zone is totally different to knowing that, hey, this is now your new comfort zone. And that was the first thing. Like this is like it's a new experience. So I literally went into fight or flight mode, and before I noticed, I was overthinking, and then I entered into like this masculine energy of just doing. I couldn't just slow myself down. I just wanted to figure out everything, try and just being in control. And for me, I noticed like that was a mechanism of me trying to avoid anything I think was going to be danger from happening. That was a way of me protecting myself from the hurt, the harm, or the pain that I thought my brain thought would come, right? So my body was literally getting ready and preparing and putting strategies and all of this in place so that it doesn't get into that mood. So as a result, I noticed that I started first of all having indigestion, and I was like, okay. And then the second thing, acne started happening. So when you see acne start, I have a funny skin, like my acne comes out on my chest, on my back, and then on my forehead. When that started happening to me, I know that somehow I am a little bit like in my survival mood. So I was like, okay, what is happening here? And then I noticed that, hey, the very first thing is that I've been triggered into survival mode. And I was living in this survival mode for like 2 days without actually realizing. My body literally went into the fight or flight. And the first thing is that it's a new place. So my brain was subconsciously thinking that this is danger. And I couldn't even like at the time, I didn't realize that that was the problem. Now, the second thing is that the standard of living here is so different from Africa, right? It's like going from very low to very high. So that is like the big gap difference. And as a result, my body just literally like a little bit got into that fight or flight mood of like feeling like that's danger, because what I'm used to is low prices. What I'm used to is this. And now I'm buying at this and this and this, okay? And what I'm used to for rent is this, but now this is what I'm paying. What I'm used to for a stay is this, but this is what I'm paying. So that gap and that difference literally triggered in me that. But me knowing, I started noticing, and then like there's things, because I know myself. I was like, oh, I think I'm in survival mode right now. I think I'm in survival mode, and I just did what I know best and how I do, because I've done a lot of inner work, a lot of trauma healing, to actually just slow down and calm my nervous system. And when I did that, everything just went back to normal. My life was easy. Everything was just coming to me. People were just supporting me. I was getting help from everywhere, online, on site. Like everything became so easy than I ever thought or imagined. So how can you heal your own nervous system? Now, the very first thing is that you want to always understand and identify what triggers you into survival mode. What is the one thing that makes you feel like you're not safe? What now, there are different things, and at times you will not know some of them until you're exposed to the situation. For example, for me, I didn't know that like getting in a new town was going to trigger that in me, because I've never lived in a new town before. So that triggered me getting in my survival mode. And now I know and then the difference in prices of things, like the financial like thing, oh my God, that I have always known that this can trigger me. So I've been very conscious of that. So that's what is it that can actually trigger you and get you out into survival mode? That is the first thing. When you know your trigger, the next thing is that you're going to know it's not that you're avoiding this thing, but next time that you do this thing, you want to be conscious that you might probably get into survival mode. And because your brain it's a subconscious thing, if you notice yourself going in survival mode or being in survival mode, the next thing is that you can actually slow yourself down and get yourself out of that survival mode. Now, the second thing to get yourself out of survival mode is that you want to, first of all, just if you feel like you're in survival mode, what it's most of the time is because your brain is anticipating danger and living in the future. Just let go of the future and just live in the present moment. Choose to live in the present moment, because that anxiety that comes with being in survival mode is because we are painting a future. We are living so much in the future that we are so disconnected from the now. Instead of thinking what might go wrong, what might happen, just be present. So ways that you can be present and be in the present moment is that, for example, be just have fun and be present in the present moment. Just let go of the future, knowing that God's got your back. Now, if you don't have a relationship with God, this is one of the big things for me, because each time like I ever feel like I'm being triggered into survival mood or like unhealthy masculine energy, I'm like, I'm protected, I'm safe, and I'm held by the masculine and by God, right? Like the masculine part of God. I see him as he's always there for me. There's nothing that can really hurt me. Like even when I'm not protected physically, I know angels are there, my guides are there. I know God is there protecting me from any danger, fighting for me, and all of that. So in that moment, I choose to let go, right? Which is like the next thing, just let go of control. That thing that you're trying to make it work, that you're forcing that it should work, it should go like this, it should go like this. When you detach from it and you let it go, and you actually bring your energy and sit and be in the present moment and enjoy the now, the solution is going to come. But the solution can't come when you're in control. God can help you if you're trying, like it's either you are driving or God is driving, right? God can help you if you're trying to figure and fix all the things out by yourself. So that is the next thing that you need to know. Let go of control. Just let go. And I know it might be hard to let go. So how do you actually let go of control, right? Choose not to worry about the thing and choose not to think about the future. Be present in the now. So be present in the now is like in the little things and everything that you are doing, just find pleasure in it. Just find fun, pleasure in it. For example, if you're eating, be present, bring your senses to the food. Notice how the food tastes, right? Don't eat too fast, because when you're in survival mode, you just eat fast. Blah, blah, blah. When you're in survival mode, you just want, but be present. Notice how the food tastes. How does it taste in your mouth? As you're biting it and chewing, can you hear the sound of your teeth biting it and melting it, right? And just like how, what is the aroma? Like just use your senses and be present in everything that you do. If you have maybe like let's say something, or you're just you can be present even with your body and just notice how you feel, like just like even like a little touch to your body, while like just things like this, it can make you to be very present in the now. So do things in the now that makes you present in the body, present in the body and present in the now rather than in the future. So this, you can also do something like dancing is going to really help you in two ways, because it's going to help you to be present in your body, right? And it's going to help you to actually release the stress and the stored emotion that are blocking these nerves and in making you like in hyperactive, right? Which I'm going to talk about in the next point. So you want to first of all just be present, look up around in your room and notice some tiny things. Notice beauty in the painting, or in that painting on the wall. Like, notice, just watch the blue sky, and just be present and enjoy life in the now and forget about the future. Because the thing is that no matter how you think about the future and try to want to control the outcome, you cannot, right? And the beauty is that when you actually choose to let go and focus on the now, those things always sort themselves. And before you know, solution comes. And before you know, an idea comes to mind. Before you know, you're like, oh my God, I just had a solution. I just like, this just happened. And it happens in the most beautiful, in the most fun, and in the most aligned way than what you can think or imagine. So that is the next thing that you can actually do to actually get in that to get out of that survival mode. Now, the next thing for me is like I said, cry and release those stored emotions. Now, what you want to understand is that you are in survival mode because you don't feel safe, right? And you feel like you have to do things, you have to protect yourself, you have to provide for yourself, you have to keep yourself alive, you have to keep yourself safe. If you feel like that, at times it can be like a lot of weight on so many people. So what you want to do is cry, or you have to submit that report to keep your job. You have to figure out the answer to that question to pass your exam. It can be a lot of pressure. And because there's a lot of pressure, it can come with emotions. And people, because we are never taught to process our emotions correctly and to cry, we suppress those emotions. So when each time you actually suppress that emotion, what I want you to understand that you're doing is that you're actually keeping yourself in survival mode more. So what you want to do is that when you feel that emotion, you want to cry, release it, cry, scream, throw a tantrum if you can, good and fine. The most healthy children are the ones who are allowed to actually cry, because after they cry, after the tantrum, they are the most happy, they are the most fun, they are the most free children, because they have processed their emotions rightly, right? So that is the next thing that you want to do, process the emotion and cry. And then when you cry, after crying, you just like, you know what, God, I surrender to you. I surrender. I surrender because I'm trying to figure this out by myself, because I want to keep myself alive. I want to keep myself in this job. I want to keep myself provided for. I want to keep food on my table. I want to keep my son alive. I want to keep this. God, I'm at a point right now that I've come to the end of myself. I surrender, but I know that you've got me. I know I can always trust on you. I know I can always lean on you. I know that I can always count on you. And if you don't have a relationship with God, you can always start one. You must not be religious in any kind. I'm not the type that believe that you must be religious. I believe that you having a relationship with God is more important. And that for me has been like a great source of like pillar, because he's to me is like a father that I like, my masculine strength, like my man, I can lean on him for anything. So that is how you actually are gonna start healing out of that survival mode. When you just surrender to God and learn to let him hold you, lean back and let him hold you, let him give you the idea, let him create for you, let him figure out the solution for you. And when he figures out the solution, he's gonna give you. So what is the need of trying to do it on your own when someone could literally do it for you, right? So the next thing is that you want to move your body. Oh my God, I can't emphasize this enough. Now, I just mentioned that when you are in survival mode, your vagus is shut down. There's no connection between your first and second brain and all of that. And all of that is because there's trauma, there's emotions that are stored in your spine and around your waist and in your hips. Now, this is where most of trauma is stored in women, around your waist, which is like your womb area, and in your hips and on your spine. So what you want to do is that you want to move your body in a way that like kind of like moves your spine, because as you're moving your spine, you're literally massaging your vagal nerve, right? And when you're massaging your vagal nerve, you're going to literally activate and clean the blockages, clean the trauma that is stored in it, and then communication and blood and information is going to start, sorry, not blood, communication is going to start happening between your gut and your brain, right? So you can do this using like body dances. You can always do like feminine dances, and you can open your hips with yoga or Pilates. Just do exercises that are going to stretch your body, and do exercises that stretch your hips, right? Like open and close hips and kind of exercises. And for your back, make sure that you move your back. And the best way that you could do this, you could do physical exercise, but not like workout at the gym, like lifting weight and all of that, but literally like Pilates that actually open your hips. Or you could do like dances, like something like this, like moving your spine and moving your back, because when you do that, you're relaxing your vagal nerve, right? And then with your waist, you can always turn your waist like just want to move your waist, right? Move your waist like that, so that you can release all the tension and the stress that is in it. And yeah, think like your body get relaxed. Now, the next thing that you would do is that you can literally just do this one. Take your energy off the worry or whatever is stressing you, and put your energy into something that lights you up. So it could be if maybe you're worrying so much about this like money is not going to come, I'm not going to make money, I can't pay my rent and all of that. Instead of sitting there and worrying about that, take that energy and actually maybe put into reading a book. If you like reading and reading lights you up, read a book that actually expand your mind. If you want to swim, go swimming. Do something that actually put you in the energy of pleasure, in the energy of fun as a woman. This is very important, because when you do this, you actually calm down your nervous system and you release stress, right? So the next thing is that you want to relax. You should go for massage. Now again, when I talk about massage, and when you go for those massages, you're going to make sure that they massage your spine, right? Like your spine, and then your waist so much. Of course, I don't know if they do hips massages. I've never had that, but you want to move your hips and you want to massage your spine, and you want to massage even like your womb space, like your under your tummy, right? You want to massage that area very well. And then you can also do like guided meditation, just breath work to breathe and calm down and slow down yourself and be present in the moment. So when you do present in the moment, like you can guide a meditation to be present in the moment, to just relax your nervous system, to calm down, so that you can actually create from a relaxed and peaceful place. Now, this has been like one of my big secrets to creating easy and effortlessly. And the next thing is that you want to really heal your trauma, right? Now, if you really want to do like deep inner work, deep healing, and actually really getting out of that survival mode forever, never burning out again, fully embodying your feminine energy, leading yourself, leading your company, leading your business from a fully embodied feminine place where it's easy, it's not in the head. You're not leading from the head, but you're leading from the heart. And you're not just trying to get out of survival mode, but living and creating in ease and flow is now your norm. Then I invite you to send me a private message for private mentorship. I'm going to ask you a few questions to see if you are fit. And if you are fit, I'm going to, of course, share with you the different ways that I can help you to do your inner work, embody your feminine energy, transform your life, and of course, build your dream business and make money in the most effortless and aligned way. So this is how you can heal your survival mood, how you can start healing it. You can start doing the work to heal your survival mood. And I'm so excited for today's video. Thank you for watching to the end. And of course, like, subscribe, and share with someone that you know is going to need this conversation. Have a beautiful rest of your day, morning, or evening. And I'm sending you lots of love and lots of blessings. Bye-bye for now.